By the time we reach the 20th century, music begins to feel less like a tradition to inherit and more like something to question.
The familiar systems that once structured Western music tonal harmony, predictable forms, even the idea of what counts as a beautiful sound, start to loosen. Composers are no longer just working within the rules.
They are testing how far those rules can stretch or whether they are worth keeping at all.
A turning point often traced back to Igor Stravinsky and The Rite of Spring, a ballet that famously unsettled its first audience with jagged rhythms and raw, almost violent energy.
What shocked listeners was not just the sound, but the feeling that music no longer needed to be comfortable or familiar. Dissonance was no longer something to resolve.
It could exist on its own terms. From there, the possibilities expand quickly.
Some composers, like Arnold Schoenberg, move away from traditional tonality altogether, developing systems like 12-tone composition that reject the idea of a central key.
Others move in the opposite direction, stripping music down to its most basic elements. In the works of Philip Glass or Steve Reich, repetition becomes the focus, creating a sense of gradual change that feels almost hypnotic.
Then there are composers who begin to question something even more fundamental. What is music in the first place? John Cage offers one answer with pieces like 433, where performers do not play their instruments at all.
Instead, the music becomes the ambient sound of the room, the shifting noise of an audience, the subtle unpredictability of the moment. Silence, or what we think of as silence, is revealed to be full.
Technology also begins to reshape the soundscape. Electronic instruments and recording techniques open up entirely new possibilities, allowing composers to create sounds that have no acoustic origin.
Music is no longer bound to physical instruments or even to live performance. It can be constructed, edited, layered, and reimagined in ways that would have been unimaginable in earlier periods.
What ties all of this together is not a single style, but a shared impulse. Modern and contemporary music is driven by curiosity, by a willingness to ask what happens if we do something differently.
It resists easy definitions because it is constantly in motion, responding to new ideas, new technologies, and new ways of listening.